Okay, so today we're doing a deep dive into something that, it sounds really simple.
Hmm.
Your daily routine.
Exactly. But it's deceptively tricky, isn't it?
Yeah.
To talk about it naturally.
It really is. And the source material we looked at showed that even the most basic parts of our day need some pretty specific vocabulary if you want to sound fluent.
That's absolutely right. I mean, when you're learning a language, knowing how to build a story about what you do every day, what time, how often, it's the absolute bedrock of conversation.
Yeah, and we're kind of offering a shortcut here. Our deep dive is based on these excerpts from a great conversation between two experts, Emma and Jack, and they walked through their entire day.
They did, from waking up super early,
Even on weekends sometimes.
right, to walk a dog or clean, all the way to winding down for bed, and they built this whole narrative.
And in doing that, they used seven key words and phrases that are they're
Mhm.
vital. And if you can master these, you can tell anyone your story from morning to night.
That's our mission today, really.
It is. We're going to unpack the nuance of usually the connective power of after that, the confusing verb take.
Oh, that
The
was
huge difference between get dressed and get changed, the professional word colleagues, the action versus the feeling of relax and relaxed, and finally, that great word, finish.
Okay, let's unpack this. We should start where every routine starts, setting the pattern. And that brings us right to our first word, the adverb usually.
Right. Now, most people know usually means most of the time, but
Right.
why is it so essential for a routine? I mean, why not just say always or often?
Well, because routines are almost never perfect, right?
Yeah.
I mean, life happens.
Yeah, totally.
So the word usually does this really important job. It's all about managing expectations.
Yeah.
When you say, I usually drink coffee, you're signaling that this is the norm.
Like maybe 8 out of 10 days?
Exactly. But you're leaving room for that day. You have juice or tea without having to explain it. It's built in.
That flexibility is key. In the source material, one of them gave that exact example. They said, I usually take the bus to work, and that little word tells you that if you see them driving a car one day, it's not weird, it's just the exception.
And that's a huge difference between a native speaker and a beginner. A native speaker signals that possibility of deviation.
Uh-huh.
Also, for learners, it's about placement.
Oh, right.
It almost always comes before the main verb. You don't say, I brush my teeth usually. It's, I usually brush my teeth.
That's such a good point. A subtle but important upgrade. Okay, so once we know what we usually do, we need to put those things in order. We need structure. And that brings us to the connector after that.
This is so crucial for clarity. If you're telling a story, you need to give the listener a clear signpost that you're moving to the next step.
Can I jump in here? Why can't I just use and? Like, I woke up and I brushed my teeth and took a shower. Is it just about not sounding like a 5-year-old?
Well, partly, but it's more about logical connection and pace, and just connects short things inside one thought.
Yeah.
After that, connects two separate complete actions.
Oh.
It creates a pause, signals a real transition. The hosts, Emma and Jack, gave a perfect chain of examples. I wake up. After that, I brush my teeth.
I have my tea. After that, I check my emails.
I see. So it's like a little paragraph break in your speech.
Exactly. It lets the listener process what you just said before you move on.
So it makes everything flow, and you avoid that list of...
Choppy, short sentences that sound robotic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I eat dinner. After that, I wash the dishes. It gives your whole story a really satisfying structure.
Okay, moving on from sequence.
Yeah.
Let's pivot to some of the actions themselves.
Yeah.
Now, we have to talk about one of the most confusing verbs in English.
Oh, I know which one.
Take.
Yeah, this is where we need to slow down a little because take is one of the busiest words out there. It rarely means what you think it means, which is just to grab something. It's all about fixed combinations.
Linguists call them collocations, right?
That's the term. And
Yeah.
you just have to learn them as a unit.
So why do we have to say take a shower? I mean, why can't we say do a shower? It feels more logical.
It does. But English has these fixed partnerships between words. For learners, the simple rule is you just have to memorize them. In these phrases, take basically means to perform the activity of or to use the means of.
The source material gave 3 absolutely crucial examples for your daily routine. Let's break them down.
Okay.
First, hygiene. Take a shower. Or have a shower. The hosts were really clear on this, saying, I can't say I do a shower. That's wrong.
And that's the key. If you're talking about your morning, you have to use take or have. You're performing the action of showering.
Then the second one for travel. Take the bus, or the train, or a taxi.
Right. Take here means to use that form of transport. One of the hosts mentioned they had to take the bus every morning before they got a car. It's foundational.
And the third one, for work, take a break. The teacher in the source said they take a short break between classes. It's not stealing the break.
No, it's utilizing it. It's performing the activity of resting.
Mm.
So for hygiene, travel, and rest take is indispensable. Master those and you've made a huge leap.
Speaking of the shower, after you're dry, you have to decide what to wear. And this is where the experts highlighted a really interesting split. The difference between get dressed and get changed.
Yes. These two phrases are so important because they mark the psychological transitions of your day.
And they happen at opposite ends of the routine.
Exactly. Let's start with the morning.
So, get dressed. That's putting on your clothes to face the world. You choose your outfit, you put it on. It's about preparation.
And get changed is that wonderful signal that the working day is over. It's the transition back to your private home space. It's what you do when you walk in the door.
The source material had this fantastic anecdote about it. One host described that feeling of pure satisfaction of getting home and immediately changing their clothes.
Taking off the work clothes.
Yeah, taking off the stiff jeans and putting on soft pants and a big t-shirt. They called it the signal that work is finished and relax, time begins.
And that's a universal feeling, isn't it? That phrase captures it perfectly. The act of getting changed is a mental shift from your public self to your private self.
Absolutely. So you need both.
Oh.
You get dressed in the morning to prepare, and you get changed in the evening to unwind.
Perfect.
Now, what about the people we see during the day? That brings us to our next piece of vocabulary, the noun colleagues.
This is a great vocabulary upgrade. It makes you sound so much more professional when you're talking about your job.
It does. The word came up when the teacher in the source was talking about going to the teacher's lounge and chatting with their colleagues during that break they just took.
Right. And the other host, who worked at a bookshop, said they only had 2 colleagues. So the definition is simple. They're the people you work with.
But the nuance is key, isn't it? A colleague is a professional peer. They're not automatically your friend outside of work.
That's the distinction. Using the word colleagues signals that you understand that professional boundary. You talk about work things with them, our students, or we had a meeting with my colleagues.
So it anchors the conversation in your work environment, whether that's an office, a shop, or a school. A very useful word.
Very.
Okay, so once we're done with our colleagues and the workday is over, we get to the best part, relaxation. And our 6th point covers the difference between the verb relax and the adjective relax.
This is another one of those vital structural pairs.
Yeah.
The action versus the resulting state.
Right. So the verb relax means to rest, to be calm, to do something easy and peaceful. It's the action you take after work is done and you've gotten changed.
And the source gave some great examples of how to relax. One host said cooking helps them relax. Another one mentioned reading a book or playing video games.
Oh, yeah, and they specifically said they do it to not think about work.
Which is the whole point, mental decompression.
So then we have the adjective, relaxed.
Well,
this is the feeling that you get from that activity. It's the state of being.
For example, I feel relaxed after I read my book. Or the evening is so quiet it makes me feel relaxed. Understanding this is so important. The action, relaxing, leads to the state, feeling relaxed.
It's like bored and boring or tired and tiring.
Exactly the same principle.
Okay, we have almost made a full loop of the day. To give us a nice, satisfying endpoint, we need our final word, the verb finish.
Such a clear, definitive word. It means to end something or complete it.
And we all know the word finish, but it's how it's used in the routine that's key. One host said they finish work at 5 p.m., then they clean the floor and lock the door.
Another said they finish dinner, which means eating everything on the plate. The key here is the finality of it.
What's the difference between that and, say, stop?
Great question. You stop working to take a break, but you finish work when the day is done. Finish means completion, not just an interruption.
You finish a task, you finish a book.
You finish all your tasks of the day. It's the definitive endpoint. And knowing when your day finishes is the key to knowing when your relaxed time can really begin.
That is a perfect connection. We've come full circle.
We have.
Okay, let's just quickly recap this whole journey for you. We've followed a routine from the moment you wake up, usually at a certain time, all the way to going to sleep.
And we isolated those 7 linguistic tools that really bring that routine to life, that turn a simple list of events into a real story.
We covered usually for habits, after that for sequencing, the amazing verb take for things like take a shower, the difference between get dressed and get changed.
The professional noun colleagues, the verb relax and the feeling relax.